So it's World Book Day today, and thought we'd just show you our little contribution. Started off in 2004 when we published The Swing Factory, which really was very different for a golf book. We featured amateurs, featured recreational golfers we'd had in here, and showed you how they changed their swings just using 4 basic stages of swing. Because there's 4 stages of a swing where 90% of golfers all make the same mistake. So we pointed that out in that book there. 20 odd years on, it's still the same, unfortunately. But anyway, it was great. It was a great experience. I was on TalkSport all the time and in press and all that. Had a lot of people come here as a result. And the book sold out its print run, and was on the Sunday Times bestsellers list after Des Lynam wrote a review in the Daily Mail sort of 5 weeks before Christmas. We followed that up in 2009 with the Golf Delusion, and the idea of the Golf Delusion was that there's no simple quick tip to changing your golf swing. The golf swing has to be looked at as a whole, with what happens before one part and what happens after one part, or to be considered. In other words, you have to build an arc and make a swing. You can't do it through tips and bits and pieces of advice. Back then it was bad enough if it was just with the golf magazines, and now with YouTube it's 10 times worse. Although there's some great stuff on YouTube. But it's just the idea that a quick tip can take you from rabbit to tiger. Then in 2012, we had the Golf's Golden Rule, which basically worked from the impact zone back out through the swing. So we started off with a little pitch, getting the club face square 6 inches before the ball, 6 inches after the ball, and then building the swing around that. This, I suppose, is the most technical of books. And at one time, because the print run was, I think it's 10,000, they all sold out quite quickly. And at one time, this book was going for about 800 quid on Amazon, which is ridiculous. And then finally, we had this finishing school, which concentrated on what happens after the ball, because what happens just after impact is just as important as what happens just before impact. But people fail to realise that. But unfortunately, that was published in 2016, and by that time, people didn't really buy books anymore. And then sadly, it was a little bit dead in the water. But there's a little quick review of our four books.